Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Boutwell Field on the campus of Locke Middle School in Billerica, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's Lou Tompkins All-Star League 18 and under summer baseball contest between hosting Billerica and visiting Brookline. Brookline coming into this game with a 3-3 overall record, hoping to improve to a winning record for the first time this summer. Coming off a nice Mercy Rule win against Newton 2 days ago at home. 14-2 in 5 innings was that final. And we'll soon be getting this one underway. I apologize for the last-minute nature of this start. Ended up running a little slow at the start of this day. Hit some traffic on the way over, and then had a little trouble finding the field. And then had a little trouble finding the best spot to shoot from. So, you know, little stall things all around. But here we are, about ready to get this game underway. Going to be filling in the roster as I go. But we are about to get this one started. They finished the warm-up pitches and now ready to get this one underway. Leading off for Brookline is number 5, Keenan Sawada. First pitch of the game is hit for a grounder, fielded by the first baseman, number 11, flips it to the pitcher and misses. And Sawada is going to reach. So that'll either be an infield single or an E1. A quick start to the ball game for Brookline as they've got a leadoff runner on. Now batting, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Sawada taking off on the first pitch. It's hitting the corner for a strike. Sawada hitting second base for the steal. Sawada adding to his team-leading count of stolen bases this season, as Doctoroff will be hoping to add to his team-leading clip in hits as he takes strike 2 there. Doctoroff, a very impressive 9 for 19 so far this season. 1 double, 3 walks, 2 steals, 6 runs, and 5 RBI. And he chases that one low for strike 3. It is dropped by the catcher, and the throw is going to sail. Doctoroff going to reach on the dropped third strike as Sawada advances to third. A wild start here in the top of the first inning. Now at the plate, number 27, Elias Brendel. And they fake a pickoff one way, go back the other. A nice idea, but Doctoroff does dive back safely at first. And, oh, they call the balk! They call the balk, and Sawada is going to trot home for the game's first run as Doctoroff advances to second. First pitch to Brendel is in for strike 1, so we've gotten off to a very fast, very chaotic start to this ball game, but at the moment it's an 0-1 count to Brendel with a runner at second and nobody out. Brendel skies this one into foul territory, and it's going to be out of play for strike two. Brendel so far this season, 5 for 12, 1 double, 1 triple, a team leading 5 walks, 3 steals, 5 runs, and 5 RBI. And Brendel lifts this one out to right. That's going to drop in safely. And Doctoroff just going to hold at third, although the throw is going to get away from the cutoff man. And Brendel is going to advance to second. So that'll put runners at second and third for Brookline. Still nobody out here in the top of the first. First pitch, Owen Hoffman hits a grounder to third. It's juggled by the third baseman, and he's not even going to bother making the play. So Hoffman going to reach on an E5, I guess, and now coming to the plate is number 44, Justin Liu. Liu hits the first pitch right back to the pitcher. They're going to get the lead runner at home, and just barely Liu beats out the throw to first, so no double play, but no runs scored, as that'll be the first out of the inning. Now coming up, as umpire's checking something. But now up, I believe, is number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. First pitch in for a strike. Give credit to the Billerica pitcher. I don't think he's thrown many, if any, balls so far today. That and jinxed that one, as there's a ball low. Fantuzzi, 6 for 14 so far this summer, 1 double, 1 walk, 1 run, 4 RBI. That one in the dirt, briefly juggled by the catcher, but ultimately kept under control. Bases loaded, 1 out. Brendel at third, Hoffman at second, Liu at first. And Fantuzzi hits a tripler up the third base line. Third baseman's going to take it at third, throw to first, and a nice scoop at first for the 5-3 double play. So despite the chaotic start to the inning, Brookline only gets 1 run across. We move to the bottom of the first with the score: Brookline 1, Billerica 0. See the Brookline starting pitcher taking to the hill. That is number 2, Charlie Engelman, making his 4th start of the season. He's started every game he's appeared in. He's got a 1-0 record. He's pitched 15 innings through his first 3 starts with a 2.80 ERA, a 1.40 whip, and 13 strikeouts. So overall, he's had a pretty strong outing. Got a couple nice notes in the live chat from Barbara Jo Metzger, go Brookline, from Graham in Buffalo, New York, and from Peter QB24, hi from Denver, love your game, go Keenan. And it was Keenan Sawada who got that 1 run across for Brookline. going to take as much information as I can. For the Billerica roster from Game Changer as we go. As leading off for Billerica is going to be number 7, Diorsi. Brookline getting 1 run on the board in the top of the first off a balk of all things. Keenan Sawada reached on what was either an infield single or an E3. Stole second, advanced to third as Ben Doctoroff reached on a dropped third strike, and then a balk on a pickoff attempt allowed Sawada to score. Brookline was able to load the bases but could not get any more runs across. First pitch to Diorsi is going to miss inside for ball 1. That pitch in the zone, strike 1. That pitch in the zone as well, strike 2. 1-2 the count to Diorsi. And he swings and misses, strike 3. Engelman sends the first batter he faces down on strikes. Now up is number 10, Rodriguez. First pitch in there for strike 1. And tips that one, strike 2. That one is going to be high for a ball. Hits a dribbler. It's right in front of the plate. Engelman chases it down, picks it up, throws to first, and he's got him for out number 2. Two down. Base empty. Up comes the first baseman, number 11, Poirier. First pitch, hard grounder, skips past Adam Rosenblatt at first. It's going to bounce all the way into right field. It's chased down by James Skeffington out in right. Rifles it back into the infield, but that's going to be a 2-out single for Poirier. Now up is 42, excuse me. Is that first pitch going to miss outside ball 1? Listed on the roster is number 16, Lepau. Just going to assume it's a jersey number mix-up and assume the name's at least right. Poirier taking off, throw down to second, and they got him. Great throw from home by Doctoroff. And a well-applied tag by Sawada, and that is going to end the first inning. Through 1, the score. Brookline 1, Billerica 0. So Lepau will come back up to start off the bottom of the second, but now we move to the top of the second. Brookline hoping to add to their lead. Again, my apologies for the haphazard nature of trying to figure out the roster as we go. Like I said, getting here and getting set up was a bit of a task, and that's mostly my fault. Fell a little behind on time. But so far, we've had a very interesting game. Unfortunately, we've, even with me messing up at the start of the day, we still got here on time, and we haven't missed a beat so far in this game. There's the throw down to second, and we are ready to get the top of the second inning underway. Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt so far this season, 4 for 11, 3 walks, 1 run scored, 2 RBI. First pitch going to miss for ball 1. The Billerica pitcher, number 8, did a nice job escaping the jam in the first inning and keeping it to just 1 run allowed. As Rosenblatt hits a dribbler up the first base line and foul. That play almost identical to the one that got past him on the hit by Poirier, and ironically, Rosenblatt almost hit it by Poirier himself. In fact, it did go by him, but it was on the wrong side of the bag, so strike 1. That one way outside, ball 2. Pitcher, Ronzio, delivers the 2-1, swing and a miss. Folds him with the curve that time, and it's a 2-2 count. Hits a grounder this time. Poirier takes it off the bounce and takes it himself for out number 1. Now coming up, the pitcher, number 2, Charlie Engelman. First pitch gonna miss for ball 1. It's a hard one, but it's foul up the third base line. That'll be strike 1. And this one is rocketed deep to right center. That's going to bounce through the gap. This is going to go for extra bases. Engelman trotting down to second with a 1-out double. First extra base hit of the year for Engelman. And Brookline's got a runner in scoring position. That pitch is high for ball 1. At the plate now is number 3, Ben Cody. And Ronzio checks on the runner again. Doesn't make a throw, just trying to keep Engelman honest as he leads off from second. Cody hits a high chopper to third. It's fielded, thrown to first. That is going to be out number 2. Engelman will advance to third on the throw. But it's now 2 down in the inning for Brookline. Now at the plate, number 12, James Skeffington. First pitch going to miss, ball 1. That one finds the zone for strike 1. Engelman stands at third, 2 down here in the top of the first. Brookline trying to add to the lead. That one gonna miss inside, ball 2. Skeffington so far this summer 5 for 15, 1 steal, 3 runs, 2 RBI. And he lifts this one into center field, but the center fielder is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Brookline leaves a man stranded at third and cannot get a run across. Moving into the bottom of the second, the score still Brookline 1, Billerica 0. And remember, it will be Lee Powell leading off for Billerica after he was not able to finish his at-bat in the bottom of the first, with Poirier being caught stealing second. So Brookline has looked fairly nice on offense, although in that first inning they were mostly taking advantage of fielding gaffes by Billerica and only ended up coming away with 1 run. And then a very nice hit ball by Engelman in that second inning, but unable to put him across. Question is, can the Billerica offense take advantage of their defense's grit and, for the most part, keeping Brookline off the board? Back to the plate is number 42, Lee Powell, as we kick off the bottom of the second inning. First pitch from Engelman gonna miss for ball 1. Next one misses high for ball 2. And that's going to miss as well. So an early hitter's count to Lepau here with a 3-0 count. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Tough start to the inning for Engelman. Now a runner at first. At the plate is number 17, Mello. First pitch in there, strike one. Another one in there, strike two. Engelman throwing very much the opposite of what he did against Lepau, hitting the zone through each of the first two pitches. That one in the dirt, well blocked by Doctoroff. Ball one. And this is a hard hit ball through the right gap into right field. And that's going to be a single for Mello. And very quickly, 2 runners on for Billerica. Runners at first and second with nobody out. And up comes the pitcher, number 8, Ronzio. First pitch in there, strike one. It is pitcher against pitcher. Top of the inning, Engelman won that battle at the plate with a double. Now on the mound against Ronzio as he throws a high ball one. Mello at first, Lepau at second. It's a grounder here, gets past Engelman. It's blocked by Hoffman, but he cannot chase it down. It rolls too far away. And Ronzio going to reach on the E4. Bases loaded with nobody out here. Next up is number 00, O'Brien. First pitch fouled off, strike one. Brookline in a very similar situation back in the top of the first. They were unable to take advantage. Ended up scoring nobody. Billerica hoping for a better result for themselves. Swing and a miss there, strike two. That one just a bit outside, ball one. That one well outside for ball two. Lepau, the potential tying run 90 feet away. Mello, the potential go-ahead run at second. Ronzio at first. That one sails in over O'Brien's head. And now a very serious situation. Billerica 1 ball away from a bases-loaded walk that would tie the game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout get for Engelman. Made it a little harder on himself with the 3 straight balls, but ultimately able to get a big first out. Now coming up is a different Rodriguez. This is T. Rodriguez, number 1. It was A. Rodriguez who came up earlier. And T. Rodriguez taking ball 1 there. Slices this one foul for strike 1. And an attempt to steal home, and he throws down the bunt. The run comes in. Engelman cannot throw to first. Nobody covered. The squeeze play worked to perfection for Billerica. Well executed play. Lee Pao comes in to score on what was almost a steal of home. The base is still loaded, and now the game tied with 1 out and a visit to the mound as this is another of the brother pair. For Billerica, this is P. Diorsi, as I believe it was A. Diorsi. Yeah, I think it was A. Diorsi who was batting before. We got a couple of brother pairs on this team out of the timeout. First pitch high for ball 1. Base is still loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the second, but now a tie ball game at 1-1. That one catches the inside corner for strike 1. This one fouled off for strike 2. One and two the count. Bases loaded, 1 down. That one is low, and Diorsi does not bite on it. Fouled off, and Diorsi stays alive at 2-2. And this one's hit past the first baseman into right. That is going to bring in the go-ahead run. An RBI single by Diorsi. And just like that, Billerica has taken control of this ballgame with a 2-1 lead. Still only 1 down. First pitch now, that one misses for ball 1. We are back to the top of the order with the catcher, number 7, A. Diorsi. That's going to be a high ball, too. Dorsey, his last time up, went down on strikes. That one's going to miss low and away for ball 3. 3-0 count. That one catches the high corner just barely for strike 1. And that one is going to miss. It's a bases loaded walk. In comes Mello. Or no, in comes Ronzio. Mello came in on the last hit. Now coming to the plate, the third baseman, number 10, A. Rodriguez. First pitch, high, ball 1. Rodriguez last time up, grounded out back to the pitcher. Hard hit liner, that's into center field for a clean base hit. 1 run comes in, they hold the rest. But Billerica's rally continues as they now lead 4-1. T. Rodriguez comes in to score off the hit from A. Rodriguez. And now up comes the first baseman, number 11, Poirier, as he takes strike 1. Chases that one in the dirt for strike 2. Engelman takes a beat off the rubber and resets. Hits a grounder, fielded by Hoffman, thrown to second for 1, on to first, not in time. A run will come across on the fielder's choice. Two outs in the inning. Billerica now up 5-1. As in comes P. Dorsey. Now we've hit all the way around. We're back to Lipao, who takes strike 1. Lipao started this inning off with a walk on 4 pitches, later came in to score. Swings and misses there for strike 2. Runner goes, and Doctoroff just blocking it. Poirier takes second as Lipao takes ball 1. And this one's a hard grounder through the gap into left. 1 run comes in. Poirier holds at third. Lipao keeps the rally going with an RBI single. Six runs across now for Billerica as A. Dorsey comes in to score. Now up is number 17, Mello. First pitch, and he rockets it out to center. Brendel tracking it, and he's got it. And the inning comes to an end, but what an inning for Billerica. Through to our score. Billerica 6, Brookline 1. Just goes to show you have to take advantage of the situations when they come to you. Brookline had the bases loaded with nobody out in the first inning and weren't able to score anyone in that situation. Billerica gets the same situation, and although the first batter to face that did strike out, after that it was single, single, walk, single, fielder's choice, single. All of those plays bringing in 1 run apiece. 6 straight batters with an RBI to make it 6-1 in favor of the visitors. Brookline will be hoping to bounce back here in the third, and they'll be sending the top of their order up to the plate to try and make it happen. It'll be Sawada, Doctoroff, and Brendel coming to the plate to face Ronzio, who returns to the mound for his third inning of work. Slight breeze blowing through here in Billerica. And now the warm-up throws have come to an end. Now up, the shortstop, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Sawada reached on an E3 his first time up, stole second, and later came in to score off a balk. That first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. That one hitting the zone for strike 1. Sawada leading Brookline in both runs scored and stolen bases so far this summer, 8 each. After adding 1 more in each category his last time up, it's another grounder back to first, but this time handled perfectly for out number 1. Now up, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Doctoroff got a lucky break his last time up, reached on a dropped third strike. Takes ball 1 there. And that one is in for a strike. It was an interesting start back in the top of the first inning. Brookline, 3 of Brookline's first 4 batters reached base on an error, and a run was scored on a balk, but since then, as Doctoroff tips this one off for strike 2, since those first 4 batters, Brookline's been struggling at the plate. Fielder's choice, double play, ground out, double, ground out, fly out, and then a ground out to lead off this inning. And Doctoroff chases that one in the dirt, strike 3, and a little bit of deja vu, but just with better execution on the part of Billerica's fielders, as there'll be no reach on a dropped third strike here. Simply strike 3 for the second out. Now up, the center fielder, number 27, Elias Brendel. First pitch in there for strike 1. Brendel has represented one of Brookline's 2 hits so far today. He got a single back in the first. That one skips in the dirt for ball 1. And Brendel rockets another one into left center. That's going to drop in safely. The deja vu from the first inning continues as Brendel gets a 2-out single. Now coming up, the second baseman, number 15, Owen Hoffman. If the deja vu continues, Hoffman will hit a grounder to third, only this time it will be fielded well and thrown to first for the final out. We'll see. Brendel with a good jump on the ball, and the ball bounced past the catcher anyhow. Brendel with an aggressive jump heading towards second. Even if that pitch had been handled, there was no chance there. Runner now in scoring position. That one is high for ball 2. And that's going to be ball 3, low and in. A 3-0 hitter's count to Hoffman here. That one hits the zone for strike 1. And that one's going to miss for ball 4. A 2-out walk for Hoffman. Puts 2 on with 2 out. Coach coming out to meet with Ronzio. Interestingly enough, that's the first free pass that Brookline has been issued so far today. And the coach, not taking any chances, wants to get back out there and tell his pitcher, hey, throw strikes. Coming up for Brookline, the left fielder, number 44, Justin Liu. First pitch high and outside for ball 1. Liu grounded into a fielder's choice at home his last time up. Now up with 2 outs and 2 runners on. That one misses. Good watch for ball 2. And he hits a bouncer. It's going to go foul up the first base line for strike 1. And Liu slices it, and it looks like it's going to fly out of play on the third base side for strike 2. And that one misses well outside for ball 3. Full count to Liu with 2 down. Hoffman at first, Brendel at second. And Liu hits a hard grounder, but right at second baseman, but he dropped it. And Brendel is racing around third and heading for home, and he comes in. Justin Liu reaches on the E4. And Brendel scores on said E4. Now with 2-0 down and runners still at first and second, up comes the extra hitter, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. First pitch is low for ball 1. Fantuzzi last time up grounded into an inning-ending double play to end that first inning. Checks his swing on that one, strike 1. And a check swing foul makes it a 1-2 count. Hoffman at second, Liu at first, 2 down. Brookline trails Billerica 6-2 here in the top of the third. And a swing and a miss. Ronzio brings the heat to end the inning. Brookline able to get 1 run across on an error, but nothing more. Heading to the bottom of the third, the score, Billerica 6, Brookline 2. Due up for Billerica will be Ronzio, O'Brien, and T. Rodriguez. And we've got a new pitcher on the mound for Brookline, making his summer pitching debut for the squad. This is number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. He takes over for Charlie Engelman, who pitched 2 innings. Gave up 6 runs, couple of them unearned. I would say maybe 2 of them unearned, so maybe 4, maybe 3 earned runs. I'll have to go back and properly calculate that, as the error came in the middle of that big rally for Billerica. And a couple runs did score with 2 outs. But now, with a new pitcher on the hill, Brookline starts off. First batter to face Fantuzzi will be the pitcher, number 8, Ronzio. And he takes strike 1. Ronzio reached on an E4 his last time up as part of that big second inning rally. Later came in to score. And he rockets one out deep to left center, but hangs in the air for too long, and Brendel is able to chase it down for out number 1. Good length, good spot, just a little too much height on that one. Now up the left fielder, number 00, O'Brien. O'Brien slices one, going to stay in the infield, and Rosenblatt's got it for out number 2. Two outs in just a few pitches. Fantuzzi off to a good start on the hill for Brookline. Now coming up, the center fielder, number 1, T. Rodriguez. First pitch low, ball 1. Rodriguez, his last time up, got an RBI single and later came in to score. He executed that crazy squeeze bunt play where Lee Powell took off as if he was stealing for home. Rodriguez squared up the bunt to make sure they couldn't catch Lee Powell stealing home, and then he was able to reach first as Brookline failed to cover first base. Now staring down a strong hitter's count of 3-0. That one in the zone for strike 1. This one sliced, going to stay in the infield. Fantuzzi under it himself, and he's got it for out number 3. And we are through 3 here at Boutwell Field in Billerica, Massachusetts. Our score through 3, Billerica 6, Brookline 2. Due up for Brookline will be Rosenblatt, Engelman, and Cody. Not to like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know that. It's my name, Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Yes. All right, about to start the top of the 4th inning. Ronzio back on the hill for Billerica, holding on to a 6-2 lead. Brookline sending its 7, 8, 9 hitters to the plate. Starting now with the first baseman, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt, his last time up, grounded out to first. Takes strike 1 here. That one gonna miss to the outside for ball 1. Rosenblatt lifts one into shallow left, and it's going to curve foul. He needed the wind to catch on a little stronger on that one, as it is blowing towards this first base side. But ultimately that one just curved the wrong way and went foul. 1-2 the count. And he hits a slow roller over to first. It's juggled by Poirier, but he recovers it and takes it to first. That one almost turned into a bit of a collision course at first. But ultimately everyone missed each other, and Poirier tagged the bag for out number 1. Now up the extra hitter, number 2, Charlie Engelman. Engelman slices that one over the backstop for strike 1. Engelman, of course, had the big double to right center his last time up, but was left stranded. Chases that one, strike 2. That one in the dirt, ball 1. That one coming in over his head for ball 2. Engelman, a hard hit. It's fielded by Mello at short, long throw to first, not going to be in time. Engelman reaches for the infield single. It was well fielded by Mello, but it was a deep field on the infield. Made for a long throw, and Engelman able to leg that one out. And we're going to have a courtesy runner here for Engelman. Now running for Brookline, number 34, Nico Hart. There's a bit of a question about whether Hart was a courtesy or a pinch runner, since Engelman has now been taken off the mound, because courtesy runners are typically allowed for pitchers and catchers, but Engelman is now listed as the extra hitter. So this is a full-on pinch runner now. So Hart leading off from first at the plate for Brookline, the third baseman, number 3, Ben Cody. Cody, as last time up, grounded out to third. And this one gets away from the catcher, and Hart, no hesitation, takes off for second. And he will take second on the wild pitch. Cody hits a grounder. It's juggled by Ronzio. Try and chase after it and recover. Throws not in time, and throw gets away. And Hart is taking off for home. Brookline scores another run off an error. It is now a 6-3 ball game as Cody reaches on the E1. Now up, the right fielder, number 12, James Skeffington. Chases the curve, that time strike 1. Skeffington flew out to center to end the second inning, his last time up. Pickoff attempt bounces away into the outfield, and Cody is going to have time to get back up and take off for second. So one E1 allows Cody to reach first. Another E1 allows him to take second. That one is low, and Skeffington able to check his swing for ball one. That one's going to miss as well for ball two. That one misses as well for ball three. 3-1, now the count to Skeffington. And that one misses for ball four. Skeffington draws the free pass. Now 2 on with 1 out. And another visit at the mound. And I do believe this is the second time we've seen a visit at the mound, and the second time that it came out right after a walk, as this is only the second walk that Brookline has had so far. Runners at first and second for Brookline. They trail by 3 here in the top of the fourth with 1 out in the inning. And they have cycled back to the top of the order with the shortstop, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Shows bunt, lays it down, dies on the grass. Sawada racing to first. He's going to beat the throw, and the throw is going to get away. Another run in off an error for Brookline, as in trots Cody. All the runners advance to scoring position, and this is now a 2-run game. Now up, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff, as he fouls that one. Tying run now in scoring position with runners at second and third, and Brookline now only trailing by 2. That one going to drop low for ball 1. Doctoroff 0 for 2 so far today with a pair of strikeouts. And that one bounces over the catcher, Skeffington racing in, and he scores on the wild pitch. Brookline scores their 5th run, and every single run has been scored off of some kind of defensive mistake. What a wild game this has been. Tying run now just 90 feet away. And Doctoroff rockets one out to left. It's caught by the left fielder. Sawada tags, but he hesitates and runs back to third. Odd choice to hold the team's fastest runner at third off of a potential sac fly. So now 2 down and a runner at third. Up comes the center fielder, number 27, Elias Brendel. First pitch in for a strike. Brendel 2 for 2 so far today, with a pair of singles, a stolen base, And 1 run scored, and he lifts one high and deep to center. Center fielder on his horse, looking back, cannot catch it. This will go for extra bases. This is a tie ball game. Elias Brendel comes through big with a 2-out double to tie the game. The first proper RBI hit of the day. And Brendel launched that one high and deep. And now the go-ahead run in center at second base with 2 down. As at the plate is the second baseman, number 15, Owen Hoffman. A base hit could give Brookline the lead here. That pitch inside, ball 2. Hoffman 0 for 1 so far today with a walk and a reach-on error. That one catches the high corner for strike 1. 2-1 the count, 2 down. Runner at second, tie ball game here in the top of the 4th. And that one went off the tip of Hoffman's bat. That's going to be a foul ball for a strike. Hoffman ducked to avoid the pitch coming in at his head, but his bat was left sticking up in the air, and the ball just happened to hit it. And if bat hits ball, that's a foul ball. Hoffman, hard hit through the gap into left. Brendel racing around third, heading for home. It's going to be a close play. He dives in, and he's out. Hoffman nearly comes through with the RBI single, but Elias Brendel thrown out at home. And now you can see why Brookline held Sawada at third on what could have been the sac fly. An impressive arm out of left field by O'Brien. So Brookline not able to take the lead. But they do manage to come back to tie the game at 6. Fantuzzi returns to the mound in a very different situation from when he came in. Game now tied at 6 apiece. So Charlie Engelman, who left the game in a situation where he could have been the pitcher on credit for the loss, now ends up with a no decision after Brookline comes back and ties it. Due up for Billerica will be their 9-1-2 hitters, both Diorcys, P. Diorcy and A. Diorcy. And then A. Rodriguez. It is funny how they have these 4, I presume, brothers hitting back to back to back to back in the order as the 8-9-1-2 hitters. Leading off for Billerica here in the bottom of the 4th will be the second baseman, number 2, P. Diorcy. First pitch from Fantuzzi in the dirt for ball 1. That one catches the inside corner for strike 1. Got another note in the live chat from Barbara Jo Metzger. Wow, Brookline, you guys are outstanding, fantastic game. As this one is low for ball 2. And it certainly has been a highly entertaining game. Big rallies from both teams. That one low for ball 3. Fantuzzi struggling to find his control to start this inning. 3 balls in the dirt. And overcompensates that time, sends it high for ball 4. Now batting the catcher, number 7, A. Diorsi. Shows bunt, lays it down. Fantuzzi races in to get it, and that'll be out number 1 off the sacrifice bunt. One down, but the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Now up the third baseman, number 10, A. Rodriguez. First pitch, he slices it, going to stay in the infield. It's going to be playable, and Sawada is going to call for it, and that is out number 2. Now coming up, the first baseman, number 11, Poirier. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Poirier, his last time up, grounded into a fielder's choice, but an RBI fielder's choice as part of that big rally in the second. Before that, hit a single in the first inning, but was caught stealing. Fantuzzi takes a beat off the rubber, checks on Diorsi over at second. This one sliced foul and out of play, strike 2. And a check swing foul. Diorsi was taking off for third, thinking that might have just been a passed ball, but in fact it went off the tip of Poirier's bat, so simply a dead ball. That pitch going to miss well outside, ball 2. And it looks like a pinch runner coming in for Diorsi. Number 10 running here. That is A. Rodriguez as Poirier fouls off another one. And this one's a grounder snagged by Fantuzzi and thrown to first, and that will end the inning. Fantuzzi continuing to perform strong out of the bullpen. And we are through 4 here at Boutwell Field in Billerica, Massachusetts. Our score after 4, all squared at 6 apiece. During this 4th inning intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number has remained steadily high ever since. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served before COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight against hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the Food Pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online to brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help the Brookline Food Pantry to help feed your community. Once again, brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, as always, you can find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight in the description section down below. And if you know of any other local charities that you think deserve a spotlight during these live streams, feel free to reach out to me and tell me about them. You can see my email address in the bottom right corner of the screen. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for Billerica, number 10, A. Rodriguez, taking over on the hill for Ronzio. Ronzio going to move over to second. And looks like they are going to send A. Diorsi over to third. So I guess there's a change at catcher. I presume the other Diorsi has moved to catcher. As A. Diorsi moves over to third. Leading off here in the top of the fifth for Brookline, the left fielder, number 44, Justin Liu. Last time up, Liu reached on an E4. He is 0 for 2 so far today. Shows bunt, a surprise bunt up the third base line, and it goes foul. Good patience by Rodriguez to let that ball roll foul before he picked it up. Liu almost caught the Billerica defense off guard there. Instead, it will be an 0-1 count. Fouls that one off, strike two. Little out in front of that one. Hard hit this time, right through the gap into right. A throw to first, but not going to be in time as Liu legs it out for a leadoff single. Now coming up, the pitcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Rodriguez takes a beat off the rubber. Fantuzzi 0 for 4 so far today, has grounded into a double play and has struck out. Pickoff throw, and it was well timed, but just not well thrown. Poirier, a good job to prevent an error that might have allowed Liu to take second. Another pickoff throw, and again, Liu dives back safely. Rodriguez keeping an eye on the Brookline runner at first. He still takes off, pitch in for a strike. Bit of hesitation on the throw down to second, and Liu is going to beat it. Go-ahead run now in scoring position with nobody out here on the top of the fifth. Fantuzzi lifts this one into left. Left fielder calling for it, and O'Brien's got it for out number one. Now batting, the first baseman, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. First pitch misses outside, ball one. Rosenblatt 0 for 2 so far today with a pair of groundouts to the first baseman. Now up with one down and a runner at second. That one gonna miss outside for ball two. That one in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and Lou is going to take third on the wild pitch. A 3-0 count to Rosenblatt, and the go-ahead run for Brookline just 90 feet away now with one down. The key here, unmistakably, is at some point got to get the ball in play. That one catches the high corner for strike one. Corner infielders moving in, and Rosenblatt goes around on that one for strike two. Rodriguez takes a beat off the rubber. Now resets, full count, one out. And it's fouled off by Rosenblatt. He was a little behind that one, but caught a piece of it. And reaches out, catches a piece of it. It's a dribbler up the third baseline. Picked up, throw, sails over first. Rosenblatt's going to reach, and he's going to take off for second. Poirier recovers, throws down to second. He slides around the tag. Lou comes in to score on what would have been an RBI groundout, but instead will be a reach on an E5. Coach might have been appealing the call, but ultimately I believe it was Mello that just barely couldn't apply the tag. Lou in to score. And I think in that situation, you do still give the RBI to Rosenblatt, as the run would have scored either way. Now with a runner at second and Brookline leading 7-6, up comes the extra hitter, number 2, Charlie Engelman. Engelman slices this one high, going to stay in the infield. Mello calling for it, and he's got it for out number 2. Now up the third baseman, number 3, Ben Cody. First pitch in the dirt for ball one. That one gonna miss for ball two. Swing and a miss there, strike one. Pickoff attempt, and Rosenblatt dives back safe. 2-1, the count to Cody. Last time up, Cody reached on an E1, advanced to second on a separate E1, and then scored on a third E1. This time he lifts one out, sliding in and missing it is the left fielder, and that's going to allow Rosenblatt to round third and head for home. Ben Cody with an RBI single to left. Now we'll have to double check the box score later tonight to see if they give any errors on that play. In the meantime, Skeffington flies this one out to center, and that is going to end the inning. But Brookline puts a couple on the board and takes the lead here in the fifth. The score now, Brookline 8, Billerica 6. Well, it certainly hasn't been the prettiest game, but it's definitely been entertaining. Brookline finding all kinds of ways to manufacture runs, taking advantage of the mistakes that have been handed to them. And now the question is, can they hold on to this lead late? It's only a 2-run lead. We've seen them take the lead late and then blow that lead in an earlier game against Medford North End. Now the question is, can Brookline shut the door? Due up will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Lipau, Mello, and Ronzio. I mean, really, what a wild inning that was. Started off with a well-hit single by Justin Liu. He stole second after a couple of failed pickoff attempts. Advanced to third on a wild pitch. Then Adam Rosenblatt hit a grounder to third, which would have been an RBI ground out, but then due to a throwing error, he not only got to reach safely, but advanced to second on the throw as Liu came in to score. Then 2 batters later, Ben Cody lifted one out to left, which might have just been good for a single, but with the left fielder getting a little over aggressive and sliding in to make the catch, it bounced past him, allowing Rosenblatt to come in and score another run. This first pitch from Fantuzzi, low for ball 1. At the plate for Billerica, the right fielder, number 42, Lipau, takes strike 1 there. Fantuzzi on the hill for his 3rd inning of relief work. As that one skipped very strangely off the plate. But with no runners on, it means nothing but a simple ball 2. Lipau lifts this one out to left. Liu tracking it, and he's got it for out number 1. As I forgot to reset the outs, that's my mistake. Now up, the shortstop, number 17, Mello. First one inside, ball 1. This one's a hard grounder off the off the mound, fielded by Hoffman. Thrown to first for out number 2. Excuse me. Boy, I've sneezed on stream before, but I don't think I've ever sneezed mid-play. That was an adventure. 2 down, bases empty. Now up the second baseman, number 8, Ronzio, and he lifts one out to right, but right at Skeffington. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Fantuzzi continuing to take care of business. with a very quick bottom of the fifth inning there. Through 5, the score here at Boutwell Field, Brookline 8, Billerica 6. Looking at the live chat, we got another comment from Peter QB. So, Jesse, if a ball is fouled back into those trees, does someone try to retrieve it, or does a wood monster claim the ball as his? Asking for a friend. Well, Peter, unfortunately, I'm not a local boy out here in Billerica, so I can't exactly answer that question. But I will say, I imagine if there is a wood monster out there claiming those lost foul balls, then he's going to be eaten well tonight. I've had quite a few of those fly out of sight. I must admit, I myself was also wondering about that. Because, I mean, when we play at like Warren Field in Brookline, that's a residential area. That's in the middle of a park. You're not going to lose the ball in the trees in that kind of situation, but this is a very heavily wooded area out here in Billerica. I've actually been kind of pleasantly surprised that my Wi-Fi connection has stayed strong from start to finish, no problems at all. Sometimes when you come to these more heavily wooded areas, sometimes the connection's not as good. But so far, it's been very good. It'll be the top of the order. Due up for Brookline, Sawada, Doctoroff, and Brendel. As Rodriguez returns to the mound for his second inning of relief work. Leading off for Brookline, the shortstop, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Sawada, last time up, he reached on a bunt that might have been scored as a single, might have been scored as an E1. He's had a couple of balls in the infield that have been close plays that were accentuated by erroneous throws. That one going to miss to the outside for ball 1. But either way, Sawada has managed to score twice. That's been huge for Brookline. That one missing to the outside as well for ball 2. And that's why you want a player like Sawada at the top of your order with good speed on the base pads. Sometimes they manufacture a chance to get on base just by rushing the fielders into making a bad play. 3-1 the count. And that's going to miss for ball 4. Sawada with a free pass to first. Now up the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Doctoroff 0 for 3 so far today. Oh, and a pickoff attempt. And they got him. Sawada was trying to say that he managed to move his arm out of the way, but the ump wasn't going to give it to him. Looks like head coach John Busey going to appeal the call. call stands. Sawada out at first. It was a good pickoff move by Rodriguez. Caught the ever-aggressive base runner Sawada, making a jump towards second. And able to pick him off. Check swing foul for Doktorov for strike one. That one in for strike two. That one gonna miss for ball one. Hard grounder here up the third base line and foul. Doktorov having an uncharacteristically tough time at the plate today. 0 for 3 so far. Came into this game 9 for 19. For comparison of how good that is, as he lifts this one foul into left field. Last summer, Doktorov, for this same Brookline 18U team, he finished the entire season 9 for 31. So he's already matched his total number of hits from last summer. As he lines that one foul right into his own dugout. And luckily manages, no, he didn't miss everybody. He hit someone. I think he actually hit someone. Oh my God. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like it's not too big of a thing. And now he hits one, and it's also foul. He's getting out in front of every pitch so far. And I applaud the Brookline players for not moving themselves over more to the other side of that dugout. And this one's lined, but right at the shortstop. Doktorov finally gets one fair, and it's a well-hit ball, but it is right at a fielder for out number 2. Now at the plate, center fielder, number 27, Elias Brendel. Brendel 3 for 3 so far today. As he takes ball one there. Last time up, he hit the game-tying RBI double to deep center, but was later thrown out at home. That one misses for ball 2. So 3 for 3 with a double, a run scored, and an RBI. That one's low for ball 3. That one down Broadway for strike 1. Brendel lifts this one high into left. O'Brien on his horse, and he's got it for out number 3. So one of the more entertaining quick innings you'll see, as we saw a close pickoff play at first. a bunch of foul ball liners, including one into the dugout before a nice catch at short. And then a good run down in left field for the final out. We've got a new pitcher on the mound for Brookline, taking over for Fantuzzi. Will be number 44, Justin Liu. In the meantime, Fantuzzi going to move to first. Rosenblatt moving out to right field. And Skeffington moving out to left. Liu making his first appearance of this summer. Last summer, he made one pitching appearance. Started in a game at Woburn. Took the loss on that one. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 10 runs, 7 of them earned on 14 hits and 2 walks with 2 strikeouts. So a rough outing that time against a very good Woburn team. He'll be hoping for a better result here with 2 innings still to play. Due up will be O'Brien, T. Rodriguez, and P. Diorsi. Oh, actually, looks like they've moved Owen Hoffman out to left field, as I guess they put Skeffington at second. So to sum up the defensive changes, Liu on the mound, Fantuzzi to first, Rosenblatt to right, and a grounder is going to be fielded by Cody at third and thrown to first for a quick out number 1. A quick 1-pitch out for Justin Liu. And now coming up, the center fielder, number 1, T. Rodriguez. So like I was saying, Liu on the hill, Fantuzzi to first, Rosenblatt to right, Skeffington to second, Hoffman to left. That pitch going to be just high for ball 1. That one's going to miss for ball 2. And I mean, all those changes, they just tell you, the versatility you have to be able to bring defensively in summer ball, because sometimes you're going to show up with only 11 players, and people are going to have to play multiple positions. Well fielded by Cody once again. Another 5-3 ground out. 2 down in the inning. Now coming up, the catcher, number 2, P. Diorsi. That first pitch low for ball 1. That pitch going to miss, ball 2. This is a hard grounder, fielded again by Cody, throw to first. Ben Cody, that inning belonged to him as he took every ball hit his way for a simple 1, 2, 3, 6th inning. Through 6 here at Boutwell Field in Billerica, Massachusetts. We head to the final inning of regulation. The score, Brookline 8, Billerica 6. Rodriguez returns to the mound for another inning of relief work. Had a strong 6th inning, a nice pickoff move, and then got 2 quick outs after that. Now in the top of the 7th, he'll be facing Brookline's 4, 5, 6 hitters, Hoffman, Liu, and Fantuzzi. Looks like we got more defensive changes for Billerica. Looks like Li Pao and A. Diorsi have switched positions. Li Pao going to third, A. Diorsi going over to right. Leading off here in the top of the 7th for Brookline, the left fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. This one's going to be high for ball 1. Hard hit grounder, and it bounces off Li Pao's body, picks it up, long throw, not in time. And Hoffman reaches first safely. That's another one I'm going to have to go back and double check the box score for, to see whether they score that an infield single or an E5. My guess is an E5, but that's one of those ones I'll double check. Now at the plate, the pitcher, number 44, Justin Liu. Liu going to take high ball 1 there. Liu, his last time up, he got a leadoff single to start the 5th inning and then later came in to score. Hoffman takes off. Liu lays down a bunt up the third base line, and it is foul. And again, smart pickup by Rodriguez, as this time I think he picked it up with a little more haste than the last time. The last time it was patience, the name of the game, as he let it roll foul. This time it rolled foul, and I think Rodriguez rushed to pick it up to not give it a chance to spin back fair. 1-1 the count. Hoffman again taking off, no hesitation. Liu lifts this one into right center, drops in safe. Hoffman racing down to third. Hit and run play works perfectly, and Brookline's now got runners at the corners with nobody out. Now coming up, the first baseman, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Liu taking off on the first pitch, and they're just going to let him. That's a high ball 1. Rodriguez takes a beat off the rubber. And that one is tipped for strike 1. Fantuzzi, so far today, he's grounded into a double play. He's struck out. He's flown out to left. Takes that one inside for ball 2. Runners at second and third with nobody out. Brookline trying to give themselves some insurance runs. And it hits him. Fantuzzi gets plunked in the arm. And that will load the bases. Now coming up for Brookline, the right fielder, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt, 0 for 3 so far today, with a run scored and an RBI. He's had 3 grounders as he takes strike 1. The first 2, he grounded out to first, and then the last one, he hit what would have been an RBI ground out to third, but instead got to reach on the error and later came in to score. Check swing, ball gets away. It's a play at home, and the throw gets away, and in comes Hoffman. Hoffman in to score on the wild pitch. Lou down to third on that same wild pitch. And it's a 1-1 count to Rosenblatt as Brookline adds to its lead with a 9th run. That one going to miss for ball 2. So this is Brookline's now 3rd straight game having scored at least 9 runs. Rosenblatt with a nice hit out to center. That's going to drive in Lou. Fantuzzi down to third. And Adam Rosenblatt with a clean RBI single to bring Brookline up to double figures. Now coming up, the extra hitter, number 2, Charlie Engelman. That pitch inside for ball 1. Fantuzzi at third, Rosenblatt at first. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Pickoff attempt at first. Rosenblatt back safe. And the Brookline first base coach making sure that first base is where it needs to be, as if it moves over a couple inches, that's a disadvantage for the runners trying to dive back. Rosenblatt takes off. Pitches in for a strike, throws not coming. And Rosenblatt takes second. Swing and a miss. Engelman fooled by the off-speed. Strike 2. Fantuzzi at third, Rosenblatt at second. 1-2 the count. Nobody out here on the top of the 7th. Engelman lines it foul up the third base line. Having a little trouble getting out in front of these pitches from Rodriguez. Lifts this one down the left field line. If it stays fair, it does not. Again, just a little out in front of that ball. as that one would have gone for extra bases and multiple runs in if it had landed just a few feet to the right. Fouled off. Engelman still alive at 1-2. That one in the dirt for ball 2. Looks like Rodriguez might have been trying to bring the heat to throw Engelman off after a number of off-speed pitches, but just ended up throwing that one in the dirt. Rodriguez now takes a beat off the rubber. And Engelman rockets this one out to right center and almost caught, but not quite. That's going to bounce past Rodriguez out in center. Engelman going to advance down to second. 2 runs are going to come in. Engelman finally got his pitch and lined it out to right center. Credit to Rodriguez. He tried to make a play out there, but nothing doing. And ended up bouncing past him, and so Fantuzzi and Rosenblatt both come in to score. Brookline now up 12-6, as they have added 4 runs to their total so far here in the final inning. That one well inside. It's now a 2-0 count to the Brookline third baseman, number 3, Ben Cody. Cody had a very nice defensive inning in the bottom of the 6th, fielding all 3 grounders thrown his way. No throw to second, just keeping Engelman honest. Might have been thinking pickoff, but none of the fielders were on the bag. Cody hits a dribbler. It's going to roll back into fair territory, but it bounces past Poirier. And Ben Cody reaching on one of the weirdest hit grounders I've ever seen. That looks like one of those power-ups you'd see in the backyard baseball video games, where the ball just bounces around and takes weird hops to make it so the fielders can't field it. Sometimes reality can be stranger than fiction, as now coming up is the second baseman, number 12, James Skeffington. Takes an inside ball 1. Engelman at third, Cody at first, still nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Cody taking off for second. Strike is in, no throw, and Cody takes second base. That pitch going to miss to the outside, ball 2. That pitch low for ball 3. Three and 1, the count to Skeffington. That one hits the zone for strike 2. You could tell Skeffington thought about swinging at that one, decided against it, but it ended up hitting the zone. Full count. Skeffington lifts this one out to left. Looks like O'Brien's got it. Tagging and racing home is Engelman, but he's going to turn back around and head back, as again, a strong throw from left field by O'Brien holds the runner. I think that was a smart retreat back to third by Engelman there. O'Brien has already thrown out one player at home today. Best not to risk it when there's only one out in the inning. Now up the shortstop, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Takes strike one. Sawada, his last time up, drew a leadoff walk, but was picked off at first back in the 6th inning. Reaches out and lifts this one out to right. It's going to be caught. And a long retreat back to third for Engelman, as he was playing that one as if there were 2 outs. He miscounted the number of outs. So a little bit of miscommunication between coach and player at third base there. A little unaware of the situation. But 2 quick outs for Rodriguez there, and now with 2 down, runners at second and third. Up comes the catcher, number 8, Ben Doktoroff. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Last time up, Doktoroff lined out to short. I believe he is 0 for 4 so far today. Slices that one foul. Is it going to stay in play? No, it isn't. Falls harmlessly for a foul ball, and might be another one for the Wood Monster. Doktoroff hits one. It's a chopper over to short, fielded by Mello, thrown to first, and gets him for out number 3. So Brookline gets a nice batch of 4 insurance runs. And the visitors now 3 outs away from achieving their first winning record of the season. Brookline lost their season opener against Woburn to fall to 0-1. They defeated the Base to improve up to 1-1, then lost their next 2 to fall to 1-3. But now has won 2 straight with their win at Waltham last week and their win at home against Newton on Tuesday. Now trying to make it a win streak of 3 to improve above 500 for the first time this year. They'll be facing the top of the order for Billerica as Justin Liu returns to the mound here in the bottom of the 7th. He will face A. Diorsi, A. Rodriguez, and Poirier. So Brookline took the lead with Fantuzzi, the pitcher, on record. So Liu not eligible for a pitching win here. I'm gonna check. And see. Definition of a save. If you enter the game with a lead of no more than 3 runs and pitch at least 1 inning and finish the game, then it does qualify as a save. So this is technically, even with a 6-run lead now, this is technically a save opportunity for Justin Liu, since when he entered the game, his team was only up by 2. So I'm pretty sure, if anyone wants to contradict me, if anyone knows a little better about the rulings on the stat there, feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure this is a save opportunity for Justin Liu. At the plate for Billerica, the right fielder, number 7, A. Diorsi. That foul ball makes it an 0-2 count to start off this bottom of the 7th inning. And he gets hit. That one hit him right in his shoe. And so it's a leadoff hit by pitch. First pitch here is high and inside, ball 1. At the plate is the pitcher, number 10, A. Rodriguez. Fouls that one off for strike 1. Interesting situation at first for Diorsi, as Liu is a lefty pitcher. So the dangers of the pickoff ever present. Chase that one high for strike 2. Runner taking off for second, and the pitch high and outside, and they're just going to let Diorsi take that one, as that is ball 2. That one's going to miss for ball 3. Full count now to Rodriguez. That one in the dirt for ball 4. Back-to-back free passes issued. Now 2 runners on for Billerica and a visit out to the mound. I mean, you got to imagine with a 6-run lead, they're still going to stick with Liu. Not just because of how much they're up by, but because you want to, keep as many pitchers available to you in the games to come as possible. Brookline is scheduled to play again this Sunday for a makeup game against Reading Black. Of course, that's weather permitting. This is going to be a low ball 1 to Poirier. Runners at first and second, nobody out. That one's going to miss high for ball 2. That one sails way high. Pickoff move! But Fantuzzi couldn't get the tag. He slid under it. Good throw by Doctoroff. Timeout called as once again they try and reposition the first base bag as it keeps sliding all over the place. 3-0 the count. That one hits the zone for strike 1. That one hits the zone as well for strike 2. Full count now to Poirier. Fouled off, and Poirier stays alive. And that's another ball for the Wood Monster. In there, strike three, pickoff throw to second, not in time. But Lou gets Poirier on strikes for the first out of the inning. That was a big rebound after he had trouble controlling his pitches. First pitch, it's a grounder over to third, juggled by Cody, and he cannot recover it. Lee Powell is going to reach on the E5. It's been a tough day for both teams' fielders out here in Billerica. Now at the plate, the shortstop, number 17, Mello. Pitch in there for strike one. Bases loaded, one out here in the bottom of the seventh. Oof, that one looks like it might have hurt Doctorow's hand a little bit. Might have hit the glove wrong. But it'll simply be ball one. And that's going to be 2-1. That one in there for strike two. 2-2, the count now to Mello. Fouls that one off. Stays alive, 2-2. That one outside, ball three. We got another full count. This time with the bases loaded. Swing, got a piece of it for a foul tip. Doctorow hopping up in a little frustration, maybe that it hit him, or maybe that he couldn't get his glove around it for strike three. It'll stay a full count. And that one's going to miss, and it will be a bases-loaded walk for Mello. A run comes across for Billerica. And remember, this game is not over. And we might be seeing a call to the pen. And it looks like there will be a call to the pen. It looks like they're going to send out a new pitcher to try and finish this one off. And for the new pitcher coming in, I think this will also be a save situation, because if you enter the game with the tying run on deck, at the plate, or on the bases, then it counts as a save. And in this case, with a 5-run lead, and the bases loaded, the tying run is on deck. So this is actually a save opportunity for the new pitcher, number 5, Keenan Sawada. You can see he's only had one pitching appearance so far. Came in for 2 innings of relief at the end of that game against Medford North End. Came in with his team trailing, actually. They launched a big comeback to take a narrow 1-run lead, and Sawada was unable to hold that lead, so he wound up with the loss. Not a guy particularly known for his pitching capabilities, pretty much known for everything else, especially his glove and his speed. But Sawada going to take over for Lou on the mound. They're going to put Rosenblatt at first. They're going to put Doctoroff at second. Fantuzzi behind the plate. I imagine they've probably put Hoffman at short. And they put Skeffington somewhere. First pitch to Ronzio, swung on and missed for strike one. Looks like Lou's back out in left. That pitch inside, ball one. That one fouled off. Another one for the Wood Monster. Strike two. Looks like Hoffman is out in right. So I imagine Skeffington is at short. Either Skeffington or Cody. That pitch inside, ball two. That one inside, ball three. It's a full count to Ronzio. Brookline's got to throw strikes if they're going to get out of this ball game. Full count to Ronzio, bases loaded. And Ronzio skies this one deep to right. Hoffman on his horse. Back. He got it! Oh my gosh! He caught the ball! Runner is taking off after the tag. One run comes in off the sac fly. Oh, the runner didn't tag at second. The game is over. The runner didn't tag up properly at second base. I think that last run does count. But that is the end of the ball game. A great chase out to the outfield by Owen Hoffman. And then, I mean, it's just good fundamentals to, check at a bag where you're not sure if the runner tagged up, and that's what they did. So the game ends on a double play. But like if he crossed before the pickoff at second, does it count? That's correct. Okay. Did that guy come across the plate before the out at second, or?
So red doesn't count. No.
Oh, it doesn't count. Yeah. Even if he did. Okay. Got it. Thank.
I don't think he crossed by the time. But
either way, it doesn't matter. Got it. Thank you. I just double-checked with the officials, and that last run does not count, regardless of whether he came across the plate before the guy was picked off at second. So the final score out here at Boutwell Field: Brookline 12. Billerica 7. Brookline improves to 4-3 on the year, their first winning record of the summer. And for Brookline, hopefully a winning record that will be here to stay for a while. Their winning streak improves to 3 straight games. And what a wild one this was. I'm going to do my best to sum this one up before we go home. Top of the first inning, Keenan Sawada led off by reaching on an E3, stealing second. Then Ben Doctoroff reached on a drop third strike that moved Sawada to third, and then on an attempted pickoff of Doctoroff at first, it was a balk that allowed Doctoroff to go to second and Sawada to score the game's first run. Brookline would load the bases with nobody out, but fail to drive anyone in that scenario, so they just had a 1-0 lead at the time. In the bottom of the first, Billerica got a 2-out single, but the runner was caught stealing second. Top of the second, Brookline got a 1-out double from Charlie Engelman, but he was left stranded. Bottom of the second, Billerica got things going. A walk, a single, and E4 to load the bases with nobody out. And then after a strikeout, it was about 6 straight RBI plays, single, single, walk, single, fielder's choice, and single, as Billerica jumped out to a 6-1 lead over Brookline at the end of 2. Top of the third, Brookline managed to get 1 run back, a 2-out single from Elias Brendel, stole second, and then came in to score when Justin Liu reached on an E4, making it 6-2. Bottom of the third, Billerica went down in order. Top of the fourth, Brookline strung a zany rally together. 1-out single from Charlie Engelman. Nico Hart came in to pinch run for him and advanced to second on a wild pitch. Ben Cody reached on an E1, and then Hart scored on that E1, I think. Cody advanced to second on a different E1, and then Skeffington drew a walk, and then Sawada tried to lay down a bunt, and it might have been a bunt single, but there was a throwing error by the pitcher, so it was another E1, and this one brought in Cody and moved Skeffington over to third and Sawada down to second. And then 2 batters, then Skeffington came in on a wild pitch, and then 2 batters later with 2 down, Elias Brendel hit a double to deep center that scored Sawada and tied things up at 6. Owen Hoffman hit a single through the left gap, which looked like it was going to score Brendel to take the lead, but Brendel was thrown out at home to end the inning. So the inning, the top of the fourth, ended with a tie of 6-6 after that crazy inning. Whew, boy, wasn't that a task to keep track of. Bottom of the fourth, Billerica got a leadoff walk. Runner went to second on a sac bunt, but was left stranded. Top of the fifth, Brookline managed to take the lead. Justin Liu with a leadoff single, stole second, went to third on a wild pitch. Then 2 batters later, Adam Rosenblatt with a grounder to third, which would have been an RBI ground out, but he actually got to reach on an E5 and advanced to second on that same error as Liu came in to score the go-ahead run, make it 7-6. 2 batters later, Ben Cody hit a liner out to left, skipped past the left fielder as he tried to dive for it. Rosenblatt came in to score. That made it 8-6. Bottom of the fifth, Billerica down in order. Top of the sixth, Brookline got a leadoff walk, but the runner was picked off at first, and that effectively turned into a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the sixth, Billerica went down in order. Top of the seventh, Brookline got another crazy rally going. Owen Hoffman led off by reaching on what was either a single or an E5. I'll have to check later. Justin Liu got a nice single on a hit and run to get Hoffman to third. Liu stole second. Then a wild pitch allowed Hoffman to score, moved Liu to third. That was after Fantuzzi was hit by a pitch to load the bases, so the wild pitch came when the bases were loaded. Hoffman scored, Liu to third, Fantuzzi to second. Then Adam Rosenblatt got an RBI single that scored Liu. Then Engelman got what was either a single or a double, depending on how they're going to score it, because it bounced past the center fielder. That scored both Fantuzzi and Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt had stolen second to move into scoring position. So it was 2 more runs in. And that would be it. As Brookline added 4 runs in that inning to make it 12 to 6. Going into the bottom of the 7th, Billerica put together a bit of a rally. Hit by pitch and a walk to put 2 runners on. 2 batters later, a guy reached on an E5 to load the bases with 1 out. A bases-loaded walk from Mello brought in a run. But that would be the last run that Billerica would score, as a flyout to right and then a pickoff at second ended the ball game. So that is going to do it. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. Like I said, Brookline's scheduled for a makeup game this Sunday at 5 back in Brookline against Reading Black. You know, assuming the weather favors us that day. We'll certainly hope for it. So be sure to stay tuned for that and many more games to come. Subscribe to the channel can help. If there's anything you'd like to say and the live stream has ended, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section to find out more information about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. You can also check out the bottom right corner of your screen. You'll see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can also email me with any questions or requests you may have. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that is going to do it. The final score from here at Boutwell Field in Billerica, Massachusetts: Brookline 12, Billerica 7. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.